What's up, everybody? Got Nate here. Just gonna show you guys my fish tanks today. I'm not really an expert on really anything. I just know that I like fish tanks and I like these plants. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you the name of a lot of them. I know those are floaters. I know that is guppy grass, some like purple cabbage lettuce plant. I don't know. This one's awesome. I love the way this one looks. This one in the back, I'm not sure what it is, but it's absolutely beautiful and keeps adding more and more layers. It's just gonna keep growing up like a tree. But I picked up this one from a guy when I had bought this tank, and he had it in a giant 200 gallon with his cichlids. But I bought it off him to grow it out in this tank, and it just, I don't know, I think it makes it pop. We got the, different varieties of all the different edges on the leaves. Oh look, there's red right there. Red-eyed puffer. Always chilling, he'll come out, I'm sure. But back to the plants. I had originally had, you can see some of these glue spots here. I originally had some plants that I glued on there, but I screwed it up. I gunked up the tank somehow, but they all died. All the other plants were fine, but for whatever reason, that plant did not want to make it. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yes. So I had this lily that I had in my 50-gallon pond, but the goldfish tore it up. We had the seed still. I put it in here and it started sprouting some leaves, so hopefully that'll continue growing. Got some more other plants back here with the bubbler. Hopefully, I'm hoping that these tall skinny guys in the back, as well as this one, they'll just continue to grow and grow and grow, and then that way it'll just flush out. Like that whole back area back here will just all just be planted. It'll be very, very, very nice. I wanted stuff to grow on the rocks at first, or like in between the rocks. However, it didn't necessarily work out the way that I wanted it to. That was initially behind the rocks, but it wasn't getting enough flow, wasn't getting enough light, and as you see, it suffered from that. But it's still there, still kicking, starting into some new growth. The substrate, I didn't put anything other than the base, like plant substrate, mainly just because I wanted this to be planted, and of course just to be cost efficient. Over time, and people they do like sand and all that. I feel like that's fine. You're taking it from the natural place anyways, but we're all this food and all the plant matter, everything else that'll build up over time, I know a lot of people will clean that up, but I think this is good. I've seen a lot of people that have talked about your substrate being the main source of why your tank will be clean or look clear the way it does. I have not done a water change on this tank in I think 2 to 3 weeks now. I usually only do it if I see something really going wrong. I live in Texas and it's very hot. My AC doesn't work very well, so I usually get the lines pretty good. Yeah, a little pest snow, we'll get rid of those guys soon. I'll probably do a video about that. But the water level goes up and down constantly. So I'm not doing water changes, but I am literally every day, if not every other day, putting at least 2 to 3 gallons of water into here just to top her off, which not only puts in more nutrients, oxygen, and minerals, it's just everything basically the water change does, right? Evaporation is kind of doing my water change in a sense, right? But of course, eventually if I do notice that the water clarity or the health of the water gets worse, I am going to swap it. But usually I try to just do it every month or two. I feel like if I go in there too much, it disturbs the life. As of right now, the only thing I have in there is Mr. Red, the red-eyed puffer, who loves his little area there behind the log. But other than him, we have some ghost shrimp they've been populating a little bit, but as everybody knows, that these little suckers like to eat their babies. So, you see a lot of these shells, a lot of them have been getting taken out by red. So I don't feed this tank very often, maybe like every other day, just so that it entices him to go after them a little bit more. not too sure if that's healthy for him to eat these guys. I don't see it affecting him in any way. He seems super healthy, super happy, always comes up to me. But yeah, let me know if you guys know if there's anything, something I should change. Anything really. I don't have CO2, I just have the bubbler. Like aquarium co-op, I feel like the bubbler is suitable enough, especially with the water flow coming in from up top. If I really had some plants that were like dire need for it, then of course I could always populate the tank more or add a CO2 bubbler or whatever it be, a diffuser, sorry. But yeah, this is my 30-gallon tank. I think I've had it established for let's see, I think 3 to 4 months now, so everything's starting to grow. And this plant right here, oh, you guys better not get into it, I need that shrimp. But this plant right here beneath red is actually a plant that I tried to put on the log. I had this and then a pink variety, and I tried gluing it on the log. It didn't really work. Let's see where red's going. What are you doing back here, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Love these guys. But yeah, so, just trial and error with a bunch of stuff. It looks like I actually have some moss growing on here, so that's fine. I'm fine with that. I think that would actually look pretty cool. I just would have to keep it trimmed because I wouldn't want it to overtake the whole tank. If it's on the log, oh, badass. Everywhere else, nah, we gotta keep it a little clean. But yeah, got our little rock formation for our shrimp and little guys to hide in. Oh, look who's there. Look who it is. But yeah, so he loves it. All these little hidey places and everything. I always see him just roaming around when I got the lights on. He always comes up to the front whenever I'm here. So yeah. And I do think though, try and get rid of these pest snails so that the shrimp can populate more. Because I have been seeing some little guys, but I guess these pest snails they eat the babies. So the shrimp aren't able to grow. And I've only seen I've put 15 ghost shrimp in here, but they were feeders, of course. So if they repopulate, they repopulate. If they die, their health might have not been good before. But the main reason why we're not seeing more pop up is probably because of those snails there. So gotta get rid of these pest snails quick, But yeah, so this is my 30-gallon planted aquarium. Just have normal stuff. Hang on back filter, top light. Yeah, I got the log coming out and feel like cutting it. I feel like it looks cool. But yeah, here it is. He just knows I'm looking at him, huh? But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything I should change. I'm always up for change. I think the number one thing in this hobby is don't be afraid to try something, right? That's just like life. But also, don't try something that's going to kill your whole tank. Be smart about it. But yeah, so here's my 30-gallon. Probably make this one of my first videos. I don't know how good it'll be. I suck at this. But yeah, I definitely want to get educated on all this stuff. I actually feel like I care about it to a point right now that I want to take care of it and make it look healthy, but at the same time I need to learn and I need to further my progression with the knowledge of fish in the aquarium and all the husbandry and everything, so that way not only inform myself but be able to inform others, friends, family. Let's say somebody gets a what are they, oh my goodness, how am I drawing a blank, the fighting Japanese fish. Everybody knows betas, but so if anyone gets a tank like that, I can help them, stuff like that. I just any sort of stuff like that. I feel like I want to be more knowledgeable on it because someone that has that knowledge isn't always going to be here, right? So, but yeah. Anyways, hope everybody enjoys my 30-gallon. And until next time, when we get rid of. Oh, can we zoom in on him? You guys see him, but the pest snail.